Hello my friends, today I have a very important subject for you, is how to make good holes in walls in which you will put butts, knowing that these wall butts will then be holding, for instance, cupboard or heavy things. So this is really a very important matter for security reasons, because if you're making holes in which the butt will not hold, the danger that the things that you're putting into this hole will not hold. Risk number one is typically high cupboards in kitchens. There you will not only destroy all your glasses or your plates, but it may also fall on your head. So it's a very important subject. Tip number one is that you are using a hammer drill. For this, I invite you to have a look at my video about drills level 2. For the wall butts, there are different sizes, different lengths. So it will depend a lot on the weight that you will put on the. It's not only the weight; it can be also the position or the physics exercise, the pressure exercised. So this one is a rather long one. On the very opposite side, you have these very small ones. This is a bit an old model. You don't find them so often anymore. So you put the screw here inside, and then it will open the plastic towards outside for being held in the wall. Then you have these small ones. So this is the same family than this one, just another size. But in any case, I highly recommend you to take wall butts which have a kind of disc here on the top. This will hold much better. It's much easier to put. So you see here an example. This is quite a solid one. This one here is smaller, but it's the same principle. It's holding well in the wall. And then here, this is a kind of Rolls Royce. These are excellent, these wall butts, because they are holding also in holes which may have become slightly too big. So that's for the butts. You can buy the butts either with the screws or the butts only. This is a big advantage because you can then choose the length of the screws you need depending on what you want to fix. And in the overall, you see the packaging is like this. It shows here the diameter. So this is a 5 millimeter, and the length of the butt is 25 millimeters. So you see here, it's here the butt's 25 millimeters, and here on this one, it's the same diameter, it's 5 millimeters, and the length here is 30 millimeters. And you see here, this is a classical thing. What happened, I bought this package, and these were the butts I don't like. You see there's no disc on the top. So I then purchased another little bag with the right type. So be very careful when buying these butts, that you make sure that you have this type with this little disc on the top. So here we have an example where we'll put a butt of 8, and I recommend you to start with the smaller size of the drill. So here we'll take a 6. And it's not really necessary when you have a strong machine, but in case you have smaller machines, it's better to take this approach, first a 6 and then the original size. So now we have made the first hole, which means that we need to change the drill now. So we'll be changing from a 6 to an 8 drill. And this will enable us to finalize the hole. So now the hole is finished, just a little cleaning. So now I can take the butt, already well holding at the initial contact. So now we'll take the little hammer and you can see that the butt is perfectly fixed. If I don't have any big machine, I can of course use smaller ones, so let's give a try. I'm using the small ones. First of all, I need to put the hammer position like this. You can see here with the small drills that there is a risk that we are moving the drill for trying to find some space. And this is very bad because there's a risk that the hole will be bigger than the plug you want to put in. So you see that in time, when the drill is starting to move like this, is that the hole is becoming bigger than the size of the butt. So I'm now taking the other small drilling machine. Now I'm taking the bigger drill, number 8. Drill not sufficiently fixed. Very important now, 90 degrees. Very important now is just a short back and forth, just for adjusting the size of the hole to the size of the butt. Now time has come to put the butt. And you see it's already holding well. So if you weren't perfectly at 90 degrees, which may happen with a small drill because you need really to put some power, you will see that the hole may become bigger than the size of the butt. So if you're taking a bad one like this one, this is what may happen. Now we're going to make in the same brick the same hole with a big machine. Conclusion, you could see the difference between the big and the small machine. And if the butt is not well fixed, you can see here what happens. This was on a simple washing line. 8 years ago I did this kitchen, and at this moment I didn't know that you need a hammer drill for making the holes, so I made here 28 holes in a great reference. So if you didn't know anything about using a hammer drill for making holes in the wall, I think I have deserved a little like. And another thing to know is where you put the hose, because today in houses there are many wires of electricity inside the wall. For that reason, it is very important to make sure that you are not drilling into these electric wires or water pipes. So in my next video, I will be showing you how to make sure that you're not making any hole into a electricity wire which is within the wall. That's it for today, my friends. I hope that you like this video. If it's the case, please leave me a little like or subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will find there lots of interesting videos about many subjects. And there is, in addition to the one I already mentioned about drills level 2, there is also an introduction to screws. So have a look and see you soon on Happy Hour TV1.